Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Uncle Tone99. How you guys doing? It's Tony. Tonight I got kind of a part 2 for you guys on this will be my full review on the Speck Candyshell. I used this every day for a week until I had to send my iPhone back to get replaced, and I got my new one back. I don't know if this is a refurb or a brand new one, but I don't know. I read online on Howard forums that the new ones, the refurbished ones, are shipped in plain white boxes. Mine came in a black box with iPhone written across the front in silver, a little sticker on the back with the serial number and stuff. So I don't know if it's refurbished or not. I have no idea. But frankly, I don't really care because it's perfect. There's not a single scratch or mark on this phone anywhere. It's beautiful. It's just like a brand new phone. So I'm not complaining, guys. So anyway, this is my review on the Speck Candyshell. I got a few things I want to say about this case. So I'll get right into it, guys. I'll try to make this a quickie video. First thing, I got some comments from you guys that the chrome is showing around the edge. And yeah, you're right, it is. But it's a tiny little bit, guys. It's like less than a millimeter, maybe a millimeter, all the way around. It's so small and insignificant that there's no way you're going to scratch that chrome, okay? Personally, I kind of like how it frames the screen. You know how it sort of, I try to tilt it in the light here, how it kind of frames the screen. I personally really like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Just kind of helps accent the screen, and I like it. I don't think it's an issue. It's not going to scratch, trust me, guys. If you guys have a Rebel and you have the dock plug from your Rebel, that totally fits in the bottom here, and it works really well. It stays in, doesn't fall out, integrates right in with the case because I had the black Rebel with a black plug, and this is a black case, and it fits right in there perfect, and it works great, guys. So you can do that. That's what I was doing when I used it. I used that. As you can see, there's no signs of sagging here on the bottom anywhere. Okay, not sagging at all. It works great. I did have a couple things I don't like about this case, though. It's starting to discolor a little bit. The camera's not really picking it up, but it's not the super poppin' bright yellow that it was before. It's gotten a little bit dingy. That's not really a big deal. It still looks super cool. So it's really not a big deal at all. But, you know, it is silicone, so, you know, it is going to discolor. It's not silicone, I think it's rubber, actually. But either way, it's certainly nothing major. But, you know, just to make you guys aware of it, that it did, you know, dull up a little bit. We'll call it that. We'll call it dulling up a little bit. What are my other issues with this thing? Oh, the vibrate button. That thing is in there, guys. I don't know if you guys can try and get this in a decent light so you guys can see that, but that thing is in there, man. You really got to dig in there with your finger to get at this thing. So you guys can see, you get right in with there with your nail, and I'm still having trouble getting to it. You really got to push your finger right in there. There you go, I got it. To get to it, and then to get it back up, you dig your thumb in there. It's not easily accessible. So if you guys use your vibrate switch a lot, I'm trying to get the light decent on this. If you use your vibrate switch a lot, you're going to have an issue with that. You're probably not going to like that a whole lot. For me, it wasn't really an issue. Sometimes at night, if my niece is asleep in the living room, I'll flick the vibrate switch if I'm expecting a call. But other than that, you know, it's not, I don't use it a whole lot. So I actually have the volume on my ringer almost turned all the way up because the kitchen's pretty loud when we're back there cooking, and I need it loud in order to be able to hear it when it's ringing. So I rarely use the vibrate switch. So it's not really an issue for me, but it could be for some of you guys. The next thing, the buttons. You really got to press on these buttons pretty firmly to get the screen to respond. Personally, I don't really like that. See, push. You really got to push on it. quite a bit in order to get them to respond. It's a really firm push. You're not just going to tap it and it'll pop on. That doesn't work, guys. You got to really give it a push. And you can't feel the button when you're pushing it. You just kind of got to press it real good and wait for the screen to come on. I don't like that. I like that tactile feel. I like to be able to feel it clicking. I don't really think it's good for the phone to be really, you know, getting on the button all the time. So I don't really like that either. So the other thing would be the scratching. You guys can see that, right? See all the scratches on there? This thing scratches like nobody's business, man. It's black, so unless the light's really shining on it, you don't really notice them. Most of them are just hairlines. But, you know, I did have those tiny swirl marks on it when I first got it that I thought were scratching. I'm pretty sure it was brand new. It just, you know, had those little swirl marks on it. Probably from the finishing process. But you guys can see how badly scratched up that is, right? That thing is scratched like nobody's business. Like I said, it's not horribly noticeable, but I know it's there. And I know I'm going to get somebody who posts in the comment box down there that, dude, it's a case. It's supposed to be scratched because it prevents your phone from getting scratched. And yeah, you're right. But still, after a week, after 1 week, to have it that scratched up, really? I'm pretty easy on my stuff, guys. I could show you my Neo. It's not nearly scratched up like that. Mind you, this is the clear. You guys can't really see the scratches on it. But, you know, if I put this behind here, this is clear, so it doesn't really show up the scratches as much. But, you know, I used like my Griffin Eye Clear. I used that for probably 2 months every day, and it's not scratched like this at all. I'm thinking maybe Speck should have gone with like a matte finish, like, you know, a rubbery finish like the spine is on the Neo. That rubbery finish that you get on some of those cases, like the iFrog's Luxe has that rubbery matte finish. If they had gone with that, this would be way more scratch resistant. And it would stay looking better longer. That's really it. I mean, it does a great job of protecting your phone. I'm totally confident that my phone's protected in this. I'm not worried about anything happening to it at all in this case. The only thing being is the case is starting to look kind of bad. After like 7, 8 days of use, probably about 8 days, 8, 9 days of use, it's starting to look kind of bad. You guys can see that wicked scratch right there, just below the light there? That thing runs all the way along the bottom of the phone there, all the way along the side. That's the biggest scratch there is on it. But, you know, I personally don't think it's a scratch up that bad after a week of use. So it's a softer plastic, guys. It's definitely a softer plastic. They probably should have gone with a rubbery finish. That would have probably been better. And it would have worked great with this rubbery, with the rubber inside it. Would have totally gone really well, I think. The two matte finishes would have complemented each other pretty well, I think. So, you know, something for Speck to consider. But other than that, it's a great case. If you don't mind the button thing, that's the biggest thing for me, is the button thing. I like to be able to feel myself pushing my buttons. And pushing my own buttons, yeah, right. And I really can't with this case. So I actually ended up going back to using my Neo again. Looking for another one. But that's my thoughts on the Speck Candyshell, guys. It's a cool case. I like it. Does what it's supposed to do. And, you know, there's a couple minor shortcomings, but all in all, it's a decent case, guys. So that's it for my review on the Speck Candyshell. Thanks for watching, guys. Stick around. And this is Uncle Tone signing out. Peace.